So today we're going to be checking out the brand new Davidoff Cool Water Parfum. So this is going to be kind of one of the flankers following up after Cool Water Intense. So I'm sure you remember this guy right here, Cool Water Intense. Didn't come out last year, but actually the year before in 2019. So when it comes to this style of flanker, they took a year off. If we have to wait a couple years or, whatever, that's fine. Cool Water Intense, it is very much a different scent to the original Cool Water. Not really much of a similarity at all. This one's a lot more sweet, a bit more powdery, and overall it's just a different experience. So I'm excited to try the Parfum. From the pictures, the bottle looks nice. The note breakdown looks somewhat interesting. So let's go ahead and pop this one open and see what we have. So here's your bottle, and I have to say, I really like it. I think it looks great. I actually like it better than the Intense bottle. I don't know why. I mean, it's not anything grand by any means, and maybe camera is not going to do it justice, but I like the coloration of the fragrance itself, the juice. It's a bit of a lighter blue color. The bottle itself is just plain glass. There's no color to it, no gradient. I think it just looks nice. It looks classy. Now, one thing I will say is my bottle is scratched quite a bit. Right there, right there. Camera may not pick it up. If I get a little bit of reflection, can you see it? It's just right there. I can catch it with my fingernail. Do I care about this? No, I really don't. It's Cool Water. I did pay a bit more than this than I would like to. Actually, 4 times what this would go for on discounters. It's kind of painful, but it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it, but I'm sure that would trigger some people, so that's something that quality control should pay attention to. There's a few more scuffs and stuff as well, so something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and get to the important part, and that is the smell. Again, we had a quick look at the bottle. Nothing really too crazy. Atomizer's okay. Nothing to write home about there either. Caps do fit firmly into place, although over time that will loosen up. Wouldn't trust picking it up by the cap. So this has like a fresh, somewhat ozonic, woody, semi-sweetness to it here off the opening. Kind of a creaminess, a sweetness, a tiny powdery dustiness as well. Taking a look at the note breakdown real quick. Up top we have lemon, pink pepper. In the mid we have vetiver. In the base we have sandalwood. So there's not really a whole lot going on with the note breakdown. What I will say right off the bat is I'm getting that lemon, I'm getting that pink pepper. It's a bit spicy. The lemon, I think, is lending a bit of the creaminess that I was talking about. It almost felt like an orange, or smelled kind of like an orange. Maybe not so much smell, but the texture of the way it was kind of creamy like that kind of seemed like an orange, but it is a lemon here, so it's a semi-sweet, like kind of citrus, fruity pop. Again, you get a spiciness. Now, the sandalwood's coming through heavily. As of right now, I'm getting more sandalwood than vetiver, and that's also lending to the creaminess and the touch of a sweetness here. Even though vetiver is listed as a mid-note, it's not coming through too strong right now. I'm getting a little bit of it, just kind of giving it a bit of a rough feel. Sandalwood's creamy, the vetiver is a bit more rough and earthy, but it's not the forefront. And what's interesting, when this one initially sprays on and I smelled it, it has almost like a somewhat of a shower gel, fresh, cooling type of feel. I'm not going to say that it is a blue fragrance because I think that would be pushing it and maybe would be a bit unfair to the scent. Let's be real and let's face the facts. There are a lot of blue fragrances out there, but for me to just start pointing at every new release and say it's a blue fragrance, I'm going to try to give it more of a chance than that. And it's even the same with Halloween Man Hero, which kind of goes in a similar direction, but I'm trying to give these more of a chance because, I think they deserve it. Not straight up a blue fragrance, but it is going to be your fresh, masculine, clean, fresh, out of the shower type of deal here with the creamy sandalwood, with the nice creamy, semi-sweet lemon opening and a bit of a spiciness, and the vetiver giving a bit of a woodiness. So again, there's no similarity to Cool Water Intense, 2019's release, the Eau de Parfum, and there's really no similarity to the original Cool Water. It's kind of seems to be the direction that they're going here with these flankers. They're just kind of swinging the bat and choosing something that's completely different. They're not really trying to tie back to the original here. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just letting you guys know. If you're looking for simply a stronger version of the original OG Cool Water, which a lot of people know and love, this is not going to be it. And of course, neither is the Eau de Parfum Intense. So let's go ahead and take a look at my favorite thing, and that is the Fragrantica Comparisons. Let's get into this. We have Sauvage Eau de Toilette as the first one here. I'm not really getting a Sauvage Eau de Toilette at all. There's nothing metallic or super peppery or spicy about this one. There's pink pepper, it's giving it a bit of a spiciness, but it's not near the realm of Sauvage. And there's not Ambroxan overload. Again, maybe a bit blue and fresh and clean smelling, but not straight on blue fragrance. So I'm going to have to disagree there. Up next to that, we have Sauvage Parfum. Now, the Parfum of Sauvage is a bit more rich and sandalwood heavy. So I guess I can see where some people are coming from, and maybe you could get a little bit of it, but again, I think that's kind of stretching it. Cool Water Intense Eau de Parfum. I don't really think this smells like that one at all. We have Azarochrome Extreme. Same deal. I'm not really getting much of that. We have Allure Homme Edition Blanche at the end. No, I don't think so at all. Other than having lemon and pink pepper, that's about it. Completely different. So again, I like to read these off and give you my opinion. And of course, this is my opinion. This is my nose. Everyone is different. But I just like to go through there and kind of debunk some things according to my nose and what I pick up on, just to help keep you guys from getting steered in the wrong direction. If you're wanting a Sauvage Parfum clone or alternative, you know, you're going to learn here that this may not be that for you. Maybe it is for some of you. Maybe you think this is close enough to Sauvage Parfum and it works, but for me, it's personally not. So what I can tell you so far is I actually like the smell of this better than the Eau de Parfum. Now, I like the Eau de Parfum, the Intense. It's just a bit too sweet for me, but it's very strong. You know, if you watch my review, I get good performance out of it. I've talked about it before. It's a nice smelling scent, and it's, again, very strong, more than you would expect, and it is affordable. But for summertime, for a cool water flanker, I want more freshness, and this one gives me more freshness. I like the sandalwood in here. I like the lemon pink pepper opening. I like that earthy vetiver that's kind of tucked away. Comes across smelling pretty nice, pretty clean, and I find that this one would also be more wearable and more versatile than the Eau de Parfum Intense. I'm not saying that this is a mind-blowing scent. I'm not saying that I'm in love with it, but I am saying that I do prefer it to the Eau de Parfum, the Intense, and I also prefer it to the original Cool Water, the Eau de Toilette. This is not new information. Maybe it is if you're new to the channel, but I'm just not a big fan of the original Cool Water. I much prefer Green Irish Tweed. The original Cool Water kind of is a bit too sharp for me. It's just not my favorite. Green Irish Tweed, that stuff is killer, smooth, sexy, timeless. Cool Water, not so much. So this so far from this, line of fragrances here in the Cool Water is going to be my favorite, but also it's not anything that I'm in love with. I'm just letting you guys know. Don't go out and rush and blind buy this and spend a lot of money on it. Just let it settle down, let it hit discounters. Once you can pick it up for a cheap price, maybe worth a blind buy to see how you like it, but I wouldn't get too excited about it right now. It's not, super good. It's just okay. I will also say that it is better than I initially thought it was going to be. Didn't have high expectations for this one, but it is not too bad. The quality is pretty good, and it is more smooth and well blended than the original Cool Water. In terms of quality between this one and the Intense, really about the same. I found that the Intense was really stepped up in terms of quality as well. Can't complain, especially when this one's going to hit discounters for, $20 or so. Performance is going to have to be tested. I have a feeling it's going to do okay. It is a Parfum, so that's good news. I'm not sure it's going to be a 12+ hour beast mode scent, but if it can last a good 6, 7, 8 hours or so, that's good enough for me. I'll take that. If projection is on the more mild side, that's okay because it's a Parfum. Although with the style of scent that this one is, being a bit more clean and fresh and ever so slightly blue scent leaning, you would want better projection. So we'll have to see for sure. Here on my skin right now, it's not doing anything crazy, but it's also not a skin scent either. So who knows, it might end up projecting pretty good, especially if you get some heat on it. I do see it being good in the spring and summertime. Not super, super warm days, but a cooler summer day, summer evening, it's going to work nice. I find that this one is fresher than the Eau de Parfum, and I think it's kind of backwards. I think the Eau de Parfum would be more Parfum, smelling more rich, and I think that this one would be more like an EDP, more bright and fresh. It is what it is, though. Are you guys excited for Cool Water Parfum? Let me know down below. Did you like the EDP, the Intense? Yes or no? Do you still like the Eau de Toilette? Make sure you let me know, and if you have tried this one, let me know what you think as well. I will link those other Cool Water flankers down below to discounters if you want to grab them. Again, don't pay retail for this stuff. You can get these for $20 to $30 on discounters, so that's the way to go. Those links will be down there. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.